Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SportsPoint. My name is Frankie Breit. Thanks so much for being here on another fabulous Wednesday morning. We got some changes coming to the show this week, so we'll get to that here in a moment. So much to talk about here around the sports world, NFL, NHL, NBA, MLB. We're going to talk about it all. Here joining me at the desk, Brody Kupsky, the Brewers guru, and a new guest, Jacob. How's it going, pal? This is the new... Can I say this now? I don't even know if I can say this now. We're going to go on. Jacob, how are you? Welcome to the show.
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. You're a sophomore here at UWSP?
I happen to be a sophomore.
And an avid sports fan.
This is true.
This is true. Avid sports fan. He's got the Bucks jersey on. Who are you wearing, Giannis?
Giannis, yeah.
Who do you got on?
Christian
Yelich. We all wore jerseys today, and I got Jair Alexander.
I always wear a jersey. So
you do, and you look great doing it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys. Thanks so much for being here for another episode of SportsPoint. Why don't we jump right in? Crowning Champions, our first segment of the day where we highlight anything around the sports world. Brody, why don't you start us off?
So I have Bryce Terang. He has improved dramatically at the plate this year compared to last year, I should say. Leading the majors in stolen bases, currently with 7 in a span of 8 games that they've played. And defensively, he's Bryce Terang. He's going to make the Gold Glove plays and has been. Even yesterday's game. He made a lot of great plays, and honestly, he has, compared to last year, like I said, he has dramatically improved at the plate. He's hitting the ball well, getting on base when they need him to, and
yes, sir. I
couldn't be more happier for him.
I want to ask you so many things, but I know we're going to get to it, and you've got the breakdown in the MLB section of the show. We'll get to it. Jacob's turn. Jacob's my understanding. You're going to keep it on the Brewers here.
I am.
Here we go.
Your boy, Christian Yelich, Yelly Belly. He appears to be back. He has 8 hits in 7 games, 4 RBIs, and 3 homers. We have never been so back.
No, we saw it. We talked about it last week, too, with how well he was doing to start the year. He sat the last game out?
He sat Sunday's game out just to give him a break. And
yeah. He deservedly so. Sit down. Put your feet up.
Let him have his break.
Yeah,
I'm right there with you guys. For my crowning champion this week, I'm going to go with the Packers front office. Now, they're not doing anything that's, batting any eyes or anything right now, but they've just started to conduct top 30 visits as of late. They usually draft a guy or two from that process. I'm trying to think of one from last year, but I can't name any off the top of my head. Anybody else have one from a top 30 visit last year? Because I know they do the opposite, too. Sometimes they don't talk to their players at all that they draft. Like Jair Alexander, shout out. They didn't talk to him at all pre-draft, and they ended up drafting him in 2018. But throughout the entire process, Gutekunst seems to know what he's doing. I trust him. I trust his staff. So I just want to give them a shout-out as they continue to prep for the NFL draft. My favorite time of the year, guys. The buzz around it is just the greatest.
Yes.
So, top 30 visits. They had a running back, I think, today or yesterday. A couple offensive linemen so far, wide receiver today as well this afternoon. So they're doing their job. They're doing their work. I don't expect too many more free agent signings. I think we'll see a lot more action along the draft and free agency after the draft. So looking forward to it. And there is your Crowning Champion segment, leading us right into the 3-Point Try Campus Roundup, sponsored by Point Brewery, specifically Point Premium Soda. And we know this month's flavor is vanilla cream. Have you had one of these, Jacob?
No.
Never.
I have not. I'm excited.
Dude.
I'm so excited.
Now, remember, we are sponsored. This is a paid advertisement. No, it's not a paid advertisement, but we love their product. Brody usually can't open these because I give him a broken one, but he got it this time. 2 in a row, Brody.
I think it's just the vanilla cream that opens up well.
I think
Smell that?
Yeah, it's good. Stronger than Reese Kupsky, his twin brother. Reese Kupsky mentioned. Here we go. Vanilla cream. This was, I think, my favorite soda yet. What do you think? I know, Brody, you've tried it. Jacob, what's your first initial reaction? It's your first time having it.
Initially, it's as advertised. It is vanilla. I like this. I like the sweetness.
It's very real, 100% real sugar.
I don't know.
Did you know that?
Wow.
Did you know that's 100%
No,
real
I
sugar?
didn't.
There you go.
That's great
100% real.
Good stuff. You like it though.
I'm not even a big soda guy, actually.
And you like it?
I've had Point root beer before. It's all right, but this is actually, it's not bad.
I feel bad you haven't had the rest of them now.
Yeah.
We'll have to send you home with some flavors. We got some extra ones left over. We'll get to it.
A gift?
A gift, yep.
That's
gift for coming to the show.
Wow.
All right, guys. UWSP Sports. We're going to highlight something right here on campus. Guys, indoor track and field just started. Their season just started.
Outdoor track and field, you mean?
I swear it was indoor.
Indoor was done like
I stand corrected,
end of March.
Pointers. Outdoor track and field just started. Read that one wrong. The Pointers ended up winning 9 different events at the Rex Foster Invites. A huge congratulations there. Another thing I want to highlight here is a huge congratulations to GWSP softball pitcher Ashley Zygowski. She was named NFCA D3 Pitcher of the Year watch list, meaning she might have a chance to win it all by the end of the year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, she is.
Thank you, Brody. It would be a huge honor to win the award, but this is already a huge accomplishment for her. We'll have to keep a close eye on her for the rest of the season as she pushes for that title. Congratulations to Ashley. Jacob, let's talk about women's lacrosse.
All right, women's lacrosse. Unfortunately, we are currently 0-6 on the season. They just began conference play and scored a season high in goals, at least, in their conference opener.
There we go.
Marissa Van Dyke, currently 24 goals in the season, 24 more than I could score.
That's insane.
That's for sure.
No, that is insane.
Their home game against River Falls was postponed to while we're actually filming this right now.
It's happening right now?
Yeah.
Roughly.
Gosh.
As we speak.
Well, I guess we'll have the result for you next week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you have to wait.
First WIAC game against UW lacrosse this Wednesday at 5.
Also, it's like they played technically their first conference game last week, Friday, which was against Southwestern University, which is down in Texas.
That's crazy.
Georgetown, Texas.
We were talking about
Hooten.
their...
Texas, sorry.
No, you're great. We're talking about that conference, too, and how kind of spread it is around the country.
Yeah.
We're talking about tennis being all over, too.
Yeah, so the lacrosse, we were talking about this on 90 FM's Fast Break.
Yeah.
Women's lacrosse has 5 current WIAC schools. They have, it's us, Stout, Lacrosse, not Whitewater. Is it Eau Claire? Yeah, Eau Claire. And what I said, River Falls, us.
Oshkosh?
No, River Falls, us, Lacrosse, Eau Claire, and Stout. 5 current WIAC schools.
Did it, folks.
5.
Yeah, I know. I can count. Great stuff, guys.
Did it, folks.
And then
Still learning.
And then they added 2 more from, you would think maybe from the area, like in Illinois or like Minnesota.
Yeah.
No, we went out to Colorado College in Colorado Springs.
And Texas.
And then Southwestern University in Georgetown, Texas.
It's crazy you know that off the top of your head.
No, because I talked about this on Thursday. So
Smart guy right here.
It's fresh on the mind, but
Yeah, I mean, I know they're 0-6, but they've been in really close games.
Yeah.
It is their first season, so we'll keep that in mind
for
as
sure.
well. A lot of new sports starting up here at Point, which is extremely exciting.
Awesome.
So yeah, we'll continue to follow their season as things go on. Thank you, Jacob. Brody, who would you like to highlight on campus?
I'm going to highlight both baseball and softball. So baseball had 2 home wins on Saturday versus Eau Claire. They played 1 today and are currently playing the 4th game as we film. So they did not know whether they're going to play games this weekend on Saturday because the field was full of snow and very
that was
muddy.
crazy.
I was talking to Camden Oliver on the baseball team because he's in a group chat with us somehow. But he was talking about like, hey, we might not even play this weekend because we don't know if the field's good or not. But they ended up playing those games on Saturday. They won 10-4 in the first game. Anthony Tomczak went 4 for 5, 3 runs, 1 RBI. In the second game, they won that 6-5 victory. Sydney Ferry, the closer, 2 hits, 0 runs, 3 Ks, earned the save for his second on the season. The games got moved from Sunday to Monday due to rain in the forecast, and it did pretty much rain all afternoon. In the third game that was just played like a couple hours before this was filmed, they won 8-7 with Bradley Comer 2 for 3, 1 RBI, 2 runs. And the fourth game is currently being played right now as we speak during the show. Pointers are currently down 1-0 to Eau Claire.
We'll get them back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too worried. They're currently 11-4 on the season, currently second in the WIAC at 3-0. They have 1 doubleheader on Wednesday, or today, whenever this is coming out, in Oshkosh. First game is at noon. And then they have 2 doubleheaders this weekend, 1 on Saturday and 1 on Sunday. Or 2 on Saturday, 2 games on Saturday, 2 games on Sunday.
Gotcha.
In Menominee versus Stout.
That's insane. So who are you in that group chat with?
I don't know. It's all our club baseball teammates.
We're going to get that guy on the show, though, Brody.
We can try to get him.
We're going to get him on the show. Don't you worry, folks.
Softball, meanwhile, had no games played this week. They were supposed to play Rockford University last Tuesday. Yes, last Tuesday or last Thursday, but it got rained out. They're still 16-2 on the season at the time of recording. They jumped to 20th in national rankings. The rankings usually come out on Tuesday, so last week when we were filming, they were 23rd, but Tuesday came around, they were 20th. So they jumped 3 spots, which is awesome.
Yep.
Currently second in the WAC. Oshkosh, as I mentioned last week, they're 16-0. Now they're 18-0. So good luck, Pointers.
They're 2 games behind.
It's nothing much.
Could happen.
Doubleheader Tuesday against St. Norbert at home, which by the time this comes out, it'll be done. Doubleheader at Rockland moved to Wednesday, so when it comes out. And doubleheader versus Eau Claire this Saturday in Eau Claire is the first conference matchup of the year.
It's about time.
Yeah.
16-2, 18 games, no conference.
Oh,
matchup.
no conference?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Insane. Thank you, Brody, for your fantastic update there for baseball. Baseball and softball, they're killing it right now. Both sides. Loving to see that. I think we're going to get out there and do some baseball streams here with SportsPoint as well for the campus. So we're looking forward to that. Stay tuned for those streams. But that'll do it for the 3 Point Tri-Campus Roundup, sponsored by Point Brewery. NFL updates time. Guys, there's not much to report. There's not much going on outside of, like we were saying, pro days, top 30 visits from these teams. Everyone's prepping for the draft. We're getting close to it. It's, April 8th today?
Ooh.
So we've got less than 2 weeks.
I can feel it.
We're 2 weeks away.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2.5 weeks. 2 weeks away. I can't wait. Yeah. But since we are so close, I'm thinking we do a mock draft today, guys. We're going to do a first-round mock draft, the first SportsPoint mock draft 1.0, as they say. So the way we're going to do this is we're all going to draft one player at a time. And we're going to alternate each way. So each of us, 32 divided by 3 is it's not divisible by 3, is it?
No.
Can't do math that fast.
One of us
10 2/3.
One of us will. You're Brody.
Dude,
I mean,
he's on
come
it.
on.
33 divided by 3 is 11.
There you go.
wow.
So one
This
of us will only get 10 picks. The other 2 will have 11. That's how that works. Yeah, great. So obviously, how do we want to start this, guys? Who wants to go first? Because I'm going to record it on my screen here, so that we have it, and the people at home can watch along with the draft. So we'll go all teams, and does everybody have their draft board pulled up?
I mean, I have mine that I made this morning.
So you can go to a different site. Go to a different site.
I
Like
mean,
PFF Network instead of PFF.com usually has a mock draft there because you can just individually, manually select them all the same way we're going to go here. So based on team needs, guys, there's a lot of players in this draft that can fill a lot of teams' needs. I think we're going to see 5 quarterbacks in the first
quarterback
round.
draft.
I am right there with you.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I think. Jacob, let's start with you.
All right.
And go around the table to myself because you are the new guest on the show.
Wow. Thank you very much.
Brody, do you have a board pulled up that you can select players? Great.
We're good.
Let's start. Jacob, you're on the clock with the Chicago Bears. Pick number 1. Who do you got?
I'm praying on their downfall.
We all are.
I'm not particularly a Bears fan.
Thank God.
But after Justin Fields being traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers, they don't really have a quarterback. And this is the most obvious pick in the draft to me. Former Heisman, Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams to the Chicago Bears.
Yes, sir.
I really don't know what he's going to be because on tape he's good. On tape he's also bad. How is he going to apply to the NFL? We will see.
Bit controversial as well.
Yeah, he's also controversial at this time. Again, I will preface this, no trades. This is a trade-free draft. So mock draft 2.0, maybe next week, we'll go with some trades. But Brody, you're on the clock. Washington Commanders, pick number 2. Also need a quarterback. Who are you going to pick?
So I pick Drake May.
Great pick. Great pick.
Just because he is the second highest ranked quarterback behind Caleb Williams, and I don't see why the Bears would mess up the picking Caleb Williams. I mean,
no.
Yep.
So Drake May is easily the guy to go to if you're going to pick.
I'm right there with you with Drake May. I could have seen them taking Jaden Daniels as well. Now, the Patriots are on the clock here at number 3, and I don't see them taking anyone else besides a quarterback because, again, who do they have at quarterback? And the best one on the board would be right now Jaden Daniels. And I could definitely see the Patriots trading back and taking a guy like Bo Nix, Michael Penix later in the draft, but I think they will. Because this is a no-trades draft, the Vikings have 2 first-round picks. They can easily trade up to here.
Oh, yeah, that's...
So
Don't even
I'm going to take Jaden Daniels, pick number 3 for the Patriots. The Arizona Cardinals are on the clock now with Jacob over there on the other side of the table.
Cardinals have a lot of needs. They haven't been very good for a while, but they're sticking with Kyler Murray. So quarterback is definitely off the table, and I think this is going to be the first non-quarterback pick of the draft.
Here we go.
Marvin Harrison Jr. is a generational talent. You got to go with him.
You can't let him go farther than that.
Exactly.
So wide receiver, Marvin Harrison Jr.
I mean, his dad was insane. He's going to be even better. And Kyler gets another guy to throw to. I mean, who does he have? They traded Rondell Moore.
And Marquise Brown. They don't have.
Yeah,
Marquise
they
Brown's
don't
also
have,
gone.
like,
So
anything.
Yeah,
really.
they don't have
nothing.
Christian Kirk anymore for now. He's gone for like a year or two already.
Yeah.
So Marvin Harrison's going to be that guy there.
I believe so.
Great
A
pick.
lot of people are picking Marvin Harrison to go to the
That's exactly
Cardinals,
right.
If
would
no
go.
trades happen.
Yeah, that's
which
true.
No trades.
Yeah.
All right, Chargers, pick number 5. Need a running back, receiver, tight end, defensive, lineman, linebacker, cornerback. They need it all. That
I
offense
was
is
gonna
a
say,
sham right now.
Yeah, I mean, they literally just got rid of like
Justin
everybody,
Herbert
so,
has
like,
nobody. He's got Gus Edwards at running back.
Ooh, I'm so
Whoop-de-doo.
afraid. I'm so afraid.
Can he throw to Harbaugh? Can he throw to his coach?
Maybe he might have to. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. They may
All right, there's a couple good receivers on the board, but do you have them going receiver, Brody?
I picked wide receiver Malik Nabers because
he's
he
going there,
was
too.
really good last season in college, and if Fields wants Justin Herbert, I'm getting the Justins mixed up. If he needs any weapons on his team, he's going to need a receiver. I mean, not that was it Quentin Johnson or whatever. They're now probably number 1 wide receiver after Mike
and Keenan.
Yeah, Mike and Keenan left.
Yeah.
He's going to be that guy, I think.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. They need a receiver above all else. They have Quentin Johnson, the rookie last year, had a very underwhelming year. He kind of lost that game for the Chargers against the Packers. He beat Carrington Valentine. I saw it live, man. You saw it live,
yeah,
too.
I did too.
Yeah, Keaton was there. Hey, Keaton Cam. What's going on, Keaton? Welcome to the NFL Draft.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Keaton was also at that game. Actually, thank you to Keaton. He took me to that game. Great guy.
Good game to go to.
What's that?
It was.
Good game to go to.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, it's
was.
really turning the season around.
Yeah.
Okay, pick number 6. The New York Football Giants are on the clock now. I don't believe in Daniel Jones, but I don't think they'll take a quarterback right here.
Wow. Yeah.
So right now, because they don't have like Darius Leonard anymore, they trade him, but they do have what's his name?
Defense or offense?
Defensive line.
Brian Burns.
They traded for Brian Burns. That's huge.
So they have Dexter Lawrence.
That's him. Dexter Lawrence,
Yes.
Brian Burns,
Kayvon Thibodeau.
They're not going to draft
No.
defensive line.
No.
So like Jerzon Newton's obviously
stacked.
here, and who else? What's his name? Byron Murphy's
Byron
there.
Murphy.
The defensive end Dallas Turner. They're not going to go that early. At wide receiver, they have Darius Slayton, Sterling Shepard, a couple other young guys who are not as proven as I think Romo Duns would be right away. So I think they might take Rome from Washington. They're not going to take offensive tackle Joe Alt. They don't need him because they got some good tackles right now, Andrew Thomas being one of them. I'm going to go Rome O'Duns to the New York Giants. Pick number 6, which means the Titans are on the clock. Will Levis country. Jacob, who are they going with?
Well, the Titans are kind of complicated. They're
are.
another
New
team
head coach.
that just they need a lot. Yeah, new head coach. There's a lot of guys that could go here. This could be semi-controversial because I'm looking
boy.
at it right now, and
boy.
the position. Oh no, never mind. It is there. I was worried. I think they drafted a tackle with their first pick. I think they had the 11th pick last season, and they got Peter Skronsky. Did they get Skronsky?
pick.
They
Yes.
did get Skronsky last
And
year.
I think he played around more at like right tackle, so that I think
Yeah.
still need to fill the void that was Taylor Lewan. And I think the first offensive tackle in the draft gets taken. I think you got to
Great
go
pick.
with Joe Alt.
Joe Alt, tackle Notre Dame.
Yes,
That is
sir.
the best pick at the time. I have to agree with you there,
Yep.
Jacob. Solidify that offensive line in front of Will Levis. He showed flashes last year. They
Yeah.
still got DeAndre Hopkins.
The mailman.
Yep. DeAndre Hopkins. Now, 1,000-year receiver last year. People keep saying he's not the same player, but you're still putting up 1,000 yards a year. What else do you need?
Yeah.
All right, pick number 8. The Falcons are on the clock. Got a new quarterback, Kirk Cousins.
Yep.
Kyle Pitts is there. Who's it? Bijan Robinson, Drake London. The offense is pretty set.
They're looking more defensive-wise, it looks like, for most of their picks.
So obviously on this board, Cooper DeJean, cornerback from Iowa, kind of jumped up. He had a great pro day today.
They need an edge rusher,
They
too.
do need an edge, though,
I'm
too.
thinking Dallas Turner.
Dallas Turner at pick 8. I like it. Calais Campbell, they don't know if he's coming back. He says he might want to play another year, but I don't know who's going to sign him. And outside of that, I don't know who they have on the edge. Dallas Turner, great pick. Pick 9, the Bears. We're back with them here. They need defensive line, wide receiver. You already picked a quarterback. I don't know if they need wide receiver with Keenan Allen, DJ Moore. They need a wide receiver 3, but did they sign Josh Reynolds? Or did he go to the Niners or somewhere else?
I don't know. I didn't think the Bears signed him.
Because they could go. I don't think you draft your wide receiver 3 in the first round. That's just me.
I agree.
Denver.
He went to Denver?
Yes,
Okay.
he's Bronco.
I don't see them, like I said, drafting their third receiver in the first round. So I think they might go edge. It's just who do you go with? Because you could also take defensive linemen. Because who's on their edge right now? Yannick Ngakoue, is he still there? Or did they cut him? Or is he on a 1-year deal?
On the Bears?
Yeah. Or was that last year already, 2 years ago?
I mean, Yannick Ngakoue is, I don't even know if he was still on the team last year.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't even know their edge players' names. So, you know what I'm going to do? This is what I'm going to do here, guys. Byron Murphy II, defensive lineman from Texas. I think he's got versatility around that entire defensive line. They're going to take him at pick 9. He's got a 91.1 PFF grade in 2023. That's the pick. Pick number 10, Aaron Rodgers and the Jets are on the clock with Jacob. He needs some help maybe on that offense. What do you think?
So, okay. The Jets could do this 2 ways, I believe. There are only 2 ways because their defense is stacked right now. They just signed Hassan Reddick from the Eagles. I don't think they need to worry about that. I think it's about their offense and whether that's weapons or offensive linemen. Since the best 3 receivers are gone in the draft at this point, and now they have Mike Williams, who's a little injury prone, but they also signed Tyron Smith. He's a good tackle, but he's old and he's injury prone.
Yep.
So I think the right move is to draft another tackle.
This is a crazy pick right here because a lot of these guys are going to go in a weird order.
No, J.C. Latham's going to go later.
I think so too.
I don't know how to say his name. Talis
Fuaga.
Oregon
State.
Oregon State is going to be the next left tackle for Aaron Rodgers.
Wow. Well, because what? They signed Morgan Moses and Tyron Smith, and they're both old and injury prone, so you guarantee yourself a
both
good
old.
pick there
Yeah, they need
at
linemen.
tackle. I like it. Vikings, with their first pick of the first round, are on the clock. They need a lot of help. And I don't think this is your pick. I'm not going to say it. You take it, Brody.
Yeah.
Okay, so for Chicago, you picked a edge rusher, right?
A defensive lineman, edge, hybrid. Yeah, he can do both, I think.
Who was it?
Byron Murphy II.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Sure.
It just, you kind of went quick on that.
Gotcha.
Because we're talking about they need a quarterback, and they clearly do. A lot of people are picking Michael Penix to pick. I'm thinking it's probably going to be him, but it could be between him or J.J. McCarthy if they want to trade up and get him, because if they feel like somebody else is going to try and pick up.
Overrated.
Bo Nix I agree. Bo Nix is around somewhere.
The second
yeah.
coming of Drew Brees, according to some.
I don't think J.J. McCarthy is going to be that guy. I mean, he's a great player in his own right, way better than I would be. But I think it's going to be Penix. He's shown that he has.
Penix.
He has, obviously, he had that
pick
injury.
11.
He had injuries in the past, but a lot of guys have injuries in the past and still go on to be
get their
great
guy
players.
early. I like it. Broncos also need a quarterback, and the way this draft is going, I think they take their quarterback. There's one guy on this list that I need to see get drafted next or right after that because it's insane that he's still on the board. But I think all these quarterbacks could go right now because I don't know when the Broncos pick again.
Yeah.
And I think with Penix gone, they got to go J.J. McCarthy.
Yep.
They do. J.J. McCarthy for the Broncos at pick 12. Pick number 13, the Raiders are on the clock. Jacob, who do you got?
I mean, I feel like this is like where the first corner gets taken. Because
All
there's a lot of good corners in this draft.
Yeah.
And I honestly think there's so much hype around him. I think Quinion Mitchell goes here.
I like
from
it.
Toledo.
Yeah, so Bo Nix is still on the board. The Raiders are one of those teams where you might need a quarterback, but you have a guy like what's his name? Gardner Minshew.
I was going to say Gardner
Aiden
Minshew's.
O'Connell's there.
I just don't feel like they're going to draft a quarterback this year.
It wouldn't be the Raiders' pick.
It wouldn't be. Yeah, you're right. Saints are on the clock here with Brody. They could do a lot of different things here. Brody, what do you think?
See, in my mock draft that I picked this morning, I had Byron Murphy picked here. But
Disappeared.
it
He's
looks
gone.
like they need a tackle. And they need offensive line, really. So I'm going to go with, I mean, the offensive guards don't look pretty.
I would say late 20s when those guards
I would say Olumiwa Fashanu from Penn State. I'm going to go with him.
I like it.
They need a
Tackles
tackle.
are gonna fly off the board. Colts, pick number 15. They need defensive back, but there's a guy on the board who's somehow still there. And I don't think they have a great tight end. They got Mo Alley Cox, but I think they're going to go tight end Brock Bowers from Georgia. He's the best talent on the board at the time. He could have gone 5 picks
I was going to say,
earlier.
he could have gone. I totally forgot about him.
So I'm going tight end Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
They pass up a defensive back. I think they get another great defensive back in the second round. They'll be just fine. The Seahawks are on the board, or on the clock rather, at 16. Who do you got?
I believe that the Seahawks have had very defensive-heavy drafts the last several years. And whether it's Geno, do they have another quarterback playing there now?
They have Sam Howell from the
that's right, Sam
Commanders.
Howell.
Sam Howell is supposed to lead the Seattle Seahawks.
I don't think he's a bad quarterback either.
No, he had a good season.
I think
not.
so too.
He's not, but I don't know. I don't think he's. If you guys think he's the guy, I don't think so.
Well,
We'll
the
see.
thing was he just had a terrible team around him.
Yeah,
and
This
why
is true.
Develop?
This
he
is
can
true.
sling it.
He could.
Yeah.
He also could sling interceptions. But
That's also true.
it's
It's
valid.
because he had
I
nobody
understand.
watching him. What do you want him to
I
do?
understand he has, but I don't hate the guy. I was just
I
saying.
love the guy.
Anyway, the Seahawks are going to pick an offensive lineman to try to protect, hopefully, Sam Howell to make him better. So I think that's going to be a center. They need help
They do.
on the inside. So I'm going to pick Jackson Powers Johnson.
Great pick.
That was also
a little early, I think, but
Yeah.
none of this is like real. This is all speculation.
I'm not a GM, dude.
They could
Yeah.
like the Commanders could pick Michael Penix at 2. Like anything could happen. You know what I mean?
Trades.
All right.
Yeah.
Jaguars need interior offensive line, need some edge because they have Josh Allen
That's what
still. They need a defensive back. Who do you got for the Jags?
Oh, first I want to update. The Pointers are up 5-1 currently over UW Eau Claire.
There we go.
Great stuff,
Yes.
guys. It's the 4th inning. But
Let's go.
I think I picked a center here.
Ooh.
But I mean, I
Yeah,
feel like they just need offensive
That'd be
line to
a reach.
protect.
They had
Zach
some
Frazier's
trouble.
like the next
Yeah.
guy, and that's
I mean,
kinda far.
I feel that they need to protect their quarterback, but also what I'm looking at cornerbacks is kind of going off the board. So Terry and Arnold, I could
Slot.
see. I could see it.
Yeah.
Slot corner Tyrion Arnold goes to the Jags. I like that pick.
Yep.
That is a great pick. Bengals on the clock. Pick 18. They need a tight end. There's another tight end you can draft in the first round. A lot of the tackles are gone, but it would be easy to take one right here. I think they lost Jonah Williams, right? Left tackle. I think he
yeah.
moved on. I think they go J.C. Latham, Alabama. Offensive tackle, pick 18. The Rams are on the clock at 19. Cooper DeJean's on the board. Jerzon Newton's on the board. Latu's still on the board.
Yeah.
Jared Verse is still here. Nate Wiggins. A lot of great players.
Yeah, there's a lot
Jacob,
of good ones.
who are the Rams taking?
Honestly, after losing Aaron Donald, I know they have Kobe Turner. They have a solid
They had a great young group.
offensive line. I don't think they're gonna go offense. I think they are gonna go defense. And you said Latu
Yep.
from UCLA. I think they're gonna go edge.
You got to replace that sack production
Yep.
with Aaron Donald gone.
Yeah, that's a
so
huge
I
loss.
like it. Latu's a great player. Steelers on the clock at 20, Brody. They need some help. Their quarterback situation's taken care of for now.
No more small hands.
No more small.
Yeah. Steelers
Russell
country.
Wilson now. Who do you got for the Steelers? A lot of great players on the board.
Steelers. I believe I picked. I feel like they kind of need. I think did I pick offensive line for them? And
Use a tackle.
yeah, they're the pick that I had was Penn State's Fashanu, but J.C. Latham could be that guy.
I took that guy at 18 already.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Dude,
So
you
you
like
have-
speak so fast
Sorry.
that I can't understand you
So
half the
tackles,
time.
though, you got Troy Fontanu or Amarius Mims. Graham Barton's
Yes.
also around.
Mims is left.
Some great tackles there. Graham Barton could play guard as well, though.
Graham Barton. I mean, if they can have that versatility with a offensive lineman, they definitely need it. So
Shoot, I liked him for the
Bart-
Packers. All right,
I mean,
Graham Barton.
Yeah.
Pick 20 to the Steelers. Now the Dolphins are on the clock, pick 21. You tight end, offensive line, defensive line. I think Jerzon Newton's still there. Great pick. You got to replace Cameron Wilkins, I believe his name. I forget his first
Christian
name.
Wilkins?
Thank you, Christian Wilkins, who went to the Raiders. Jerzon Newton, pick 21 to the Dolphins. Eagles are on the clock with Jacob, linebacker, receiver, defensive back. Who do you got?
Yeah, Eagles need they need some help in their secondary after last year. I think Darius Slay is still good. He had an off year. I think they're gonna go corner. I don't want to say no. It's Nate Wiggins. I don't. Cooper DeJean.
Wiggins.
I want
Cooper DeJean is still on the
he's
board
still
at
on
pick
the board.
23.
I know.
You just fed him to the Vikings
Don't
if they
say-
want him.
No. Can I wish I was
already
a
in.
GM to take him back.
It's already in. Nate Wiggins is the pick for the Eagles.
was a
Cowboys
mistake.
are on the clock. I would not be surprised to see them go receiver here, but it's in the hands of Brody Kupsky. Who do they take?
the Cowboys?
No, it's
Sorry,
the
I meant to say Vikings.
I was like,
See, I
okay,
like that
dude,
though. Get the Vikings out of here.
Yeah, let's
the
just skip
Vikings.
Reverse your
them. Let's
pick.
just skip them.
Man, it just. What do I have here now? Okay, defensive line. That's what I had.
A lot of guys
I feel
here.
like I just gave them Cooper DeJean, and I hate that.
You might have.
The thing is, I don't think they picked DeJean because of his injury, and maybe he'll fall to. I was thinking the Cowboys he was going to fall to because they'll just take anybody. The Vikings, they need defensive line. I think I picked Braden Fiske there, but I'm thinking,
They could dip to Braden Fisk. They could.
yeah, I mean Johnny Newton's still out there for defensive
I
tackle.
just took him
mean,
at 21. So sorry, Brody. But Braden Fisk is there. I'll talk
That's
slower.
tough.
Yes. Devondre Sweat, that's the best next, at least on this one. He's the next best.
I don't think
defensive tackle, but I don't.
I mean, he
think
just
he's-
had like
yeah.
he had a crying
He had
issue
a
just
crime,
so I think
and he
he's
was
gonna-
projected to go, I think,
So
late
that'd be like a
second or
Cowboys
third.
pick.
Yeah, right, exactly.
that
I
would-
don't think Braden Fisk is a bad idea.
Yeah,
No.
I'm thinking Fisk. That's what I.
All right. Braden Fisk, pick 23 to the Vikings. I like it. Great defensive lineman. Mocked a lot in the second round, but I don't see it as a bad idea to go get a guy like that, especially if you like him a lot. So I'm right there with you. Cowboys, I'm going to continue where I was saying. I think they pick a receiver. I don't think, what's his name? Cook. What's his first name?
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks. I don't think he's going to be it. They just cut Michael Gallup. I think they need some help next
Yeah,
to
they need-
C.D.
yeah,
Lamb.
they
So I
do.
go Brian Thomas Jr. from LSU to the Cowboys. Jacob, you've been gifted Cooper DeJean to the Packers. Do you take it?
Kool-Aid's still on the board, isn't
No, don't do it.
I love his name. No, I got to go Cooper DeJean.
Cooper DeJean
I got him.
to the Packers.
I think he just had a pro day and he ran like a 4.3
4.34 or 4.43. One of the two.
So he's a fast.
He's a fast dude,
Fast,
and he's like a
yeah.
9.89 RAS score. The Packers will love that. If he is somehow falling to the Packers, I will have.
I hope I just
fainted.
predicted. I hope I correctly predicted what will happen. Even though there will definitely.
It'd be really cool. A lot of great players still left. Buccaneers on the clock. Running back, tight end, guard, center, edge, linebacker, cornerback. They need a lot here. At 26, Brody, who do you think they take?
Buccaneers with the edge. Jared Verse. I mean,
Great pick.
Florida State.
That just
I
makes
mean,
sense at this
why
point.
not?
With where we're at.
I agree.
Pick 27, the Cardinals are back on the clock here for me. They need interior line, defensive lineman, and a cornerback. You know, they could take Zach Frazier here at center and try to fix things up in front of Kyler Murray. They could go to Kool-Aid McKinstry,
Yes, sir.
but I think they go Zach Frazier center and fix up their front offensive line there. Bills at 28.
Yes,
Who do
you
you
got
got,
all my
Jacob?
favorite teams. I'm a Josh Allen fan, and they have lost.
They had no receiver.
Literally
They've lost
everybody.
some men. Stephon Diggs
we
and
got
Gabe Davis.
Donnie Mitchell.
You got to
Ladd
go with Donnie
McConkey.
Mitchell from
Donnie Mitchell.
from
All right.
Texas. Yeah.
Yeah, Ladd McConkey
Easy.
and what's his name? Keon Robinson's there.
Who's the Xavier? What was it? Xavier Worthy from
Yep,
Texas.
Yep,
He's-
ran the
he's
fastest 40
quick.
time of all time. Lions at 29, Brody. Guard, center, edge, corner.
Lions.
Kool-Aid's there.
Yeah, Kool-Aid is there. It would be of the Packers not to pick the guy that they probably could have. Like we were talking about Kool-Aid McKinstry and the Lions pick him up, kind of like they did Brian Branch.
I'm still salty about that.
We all are.
So I think Kool-Aid would be that pick because
Great pick.
it would piss off Packers fans.
Yeah, and they will kind of
Yes.
replace Cam Sutton back there, who's got his own troubles right now.
Yeah.
Ravens on the clock, need offensive line. Troy Fontana, Washington, still there somehow. I think we missed him. But tackle, ranked number 14 overall. He's going to go at 30 to the Ravens. It's a deep tackle class there in the first round, so I don't blame us for missing a couple of these guys. Tackle from Washington goes to the Ravens. 2 more picks. Jacob, the Niners need offensive line and corner.
I would just skip this pick if I was.
I agree. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Jordan Morgan, Amarius Mims.
I think I'm gonna go. They definitely still need some offensive line. I mean,
Tyler
they got,
Guyton.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go Jordan Morgan though from Arizona. They
Jordan
still
Morgan.
need some.
There you go.
Yeah, he can bounce around on the
Chiefs.
offensive line.
Brody, they need a tackle. They need a receiver more than anything else.
Yeah, I was gonna say I
lost
picked a
rec-
receiver for them because they literally just. I mean, they didn't have hardly any receiver last year except for Rashee Rice, but now he has his own troubles. And nice job, buddy.
Sure does.
Um,
Ladd McConkey.
I think I picked McConkey there, but
They'll like him a lot if you
Yeah.
want him.
I think that'll be their pick.
There you
McConkey.
go. Ladd McConkey, 32 to the Chiefs. That is your first round mock draft 1.0 from SportsPoint. I like it, guys.
I think
This is awesome.
Cooper DeJean ended up in Green Bay, so
If
that-
that's real life, I will cry happily. Thank you so much for taking a look at our mock draft here. And that's your NFL updates. If you want to see more mock drafts, just let us know. We'd love to do them. Brody Kupsky now with MLB Updates. Lot to get through. Let's do it.
Yeah, so through the first week of play, baseball is so back, and I couldn't be any happier. The Brewers are currently 6-2 on the season. They split the series with the Twins last week. They played Tuesday and Wednesday. In the game one on Tuesday, it was a 3-2 victory. Jacob Junis, a solid performance with 4 innings pitched, 3 hits, and 1 run given up with 4 Ks. I mean, he looked really solid when I was watching, and I was very happy. In the second game, they lost 7-3, but Jackson Chourio with his first Major League home run, so great job, Jackson
Yes,
Chourio.
sir.
Love it. They played the Seattle Mariners Friday through Sunday in game one of the Mariners series, a 6-5 victory. William Contreras with a walk-off walk in the ninth inning. Andres Munoz, the Mariners closer, could not find the strike zone at all. Walked the first 3 batters before striking out Jackson Chourio and then walking Contreras to win the game. In game 2, Brewers lose 5-3. Jackson Chourio with another home run, which tried to spark a comeback, but just not enough to finish that game out. And former Brewer Luis Urias, I believe, had a home run that game too, so it hurt even more. In the game 3 on Sunday, big win, 12-4, with great play all around. I mean, Oliver Dunn had a solid game, hitting leadoff. In my next point, William Contreras is a fantastic catcher. He has been so consistent through the first 8 games of the season. Had a really, really good game on Sunday. He went 4 for 5. He had 2 home runs. Almost had 3. A couple inches further, it would have been home run. And like I mentioned earlier, Bryce Harang could and should be Major League Player of the Month. He's been really solid for the team. Has really helped out. Jackson Chourio, I mean, I had mentioned he had 2 home runs this season, but he's kind of struggled here and there, striking out and not finding contact in the ball at times. But it comes with that being a Major League rookie, and it's your first season. Some Brewers hit with the injury bug. Trevor McGill went into concussion protocol after passing out and hitting his head after he got food poisoning in New York.
That's crazy.
So the Brewers called up right-handed pitcher J.B. Bukauskas, who is really solid. I like him. Jacob Junis, after having a good performance, is on the 15-day IL now with the right shoulder impingement. Left-handed pitcher Aaron Ashby called up. He is starting today as we're recording this, Monday, versus the Cincinnati Reds. And like I said, 4-game series on the road versus the Reds starting today, Monday. 3-game series at Baltimore on Friday through Sunday, and then back home on Monday versus the Padres. And I'm going to Tuesday's game versus the Padres, so that'll be a lot of fun.
Right.
Yeah, I got free tickets. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
The Pirates start 8-2 on the season with a dramatic win on Sunday versus the Orioles. The bases were loaded in the bottom of the ninth with 1 out. Pirates were down 2-1. Edward Olivares hit a ground ball to shortstop Gunnar Henderson, who kind of dove for it to get the out at second, but his throw to first was way offline. The Pirates scored 2 runs on that play to win 3-2. So good for you, Pirates, but like the Brewers are still there, dude.
Ready.
We're right
Be
there.
ready.
Ronel Blanco with the first no-hitter of the season, first of his young career, I believe in like 8 games he's pitched now. He blanked the Blue Jays 10-0 in his first start of the season. It's the 17th no-hitter in Astros franchise history. He proceeded to pitch 5 more no-hit innings in his next start versus the Rangers before giving up a single in the 6th inning. That's 14 straight no-hit innings.
Wow.
14 straight.
My.
That's crazy.
So congrats to him for getting a
time.
no-hitter.
Big time.
The Marlins finally get a win after starting the season 0-9.
Oh, man.
0-9. They had a big
bueno.
win versus the St. Louis Cardinals on Sunday, 10-3 victory. Max Meyer, a young pitching prospect who was a first-round pick, I believe, a couple of years ago, got his first major league win in his 4th start. They're the first team to start 0-9 since the Atlanta Braves and Minnesota Twins back in 2016. So Marlins, good for you guys. Wow, you guys
Happy
were
for you.
awful this season. Spencer Strider, he's possibly out for the season. He's a right-handed pitcher for the Atlanta Braves with a UCL injury. It's his second time with the injury. I believe in his last game he just looked uncomfortable, and they did an MRI and they saw damage in his UCL and his elbow. So he's currently on the 15-day IL. Not sure if it's going to be full season. And that kind of begs the question, are injuries due to the new pitch clock rules, or is it just because guys are just trying to throw as hard as they can
No, that's a great point.
with certain pitches that they throw, too?
And it might be a combination of both, because you're trying to throw at that fast speed, but you're throwing more often.
More often.
I don't know if it's more often.
Higher
but-
frequency.
Yeah, a little
higher
quicker.
frequency of
Yeah.
throws. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great point. It's something you should definitely be looking into if you're the MLB.
Yeah,
a great
they
point.
have been kind of looking into it, and kind of released a statement saying that, like, it might be because of the pitch clock, but also,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of guys are saying, well, it's because we're all throwing as hard as we can. And I know Tyler Glasnow was talking about it before, that, like, when pitchers used to kind of use sticky stuff or whatever to kind of get a better grip on the ball, they're able to not have the ball so far back in their hand. But when when they can't use that and they have to really grip the ball, like the ball's way deep in their fingers, and that puts more stress on their elbow depending on the type of pitch. So they're damaging their elbows and whatever, just throwing certain pitches. So
There was a Chiefs offensive lineman with a USCL injury who played in the Super Bowl. Because you can play offensive line without your UCL.
well, yeah, you don't.
Like, this is a
you
very
don't need
different
much.
sport.
Yeah.
But it's kind of crazy how detrimental the UCL injury is to
Yeah.
a pitcher compared
Yeah.
to another
It's
sport.
insane.
Yeah.
And speaking of injuries, really, congrats to Steven Strasburg on retirement. Unfortunately, his career was trailed by injuries. He spent his whole career with the Washington Nationals. He was 2019 World Series MVP with the Nationals. First overall pick in 2009. His career record, 113-62, a career 3.24 ERA, 1,723 strikeouts in 1,470 innings pitched.
Wow.
I mean, really good pitcher for a long
Yeah,
time, but
sounds like it.
I mean, injuries really derailed his career. They'd always shut him down here and there, and then I think he signed like a massive contract not too long ago, and he only pitched like 500 innings afterwards. Like he already pitched after signing that contract, and he just finally officially called it a career. And ending out here, the division leaders currently, the Yankees are 8-2, leading the AL East. The AL Central led by the Cleveland Guardians, 7-2. AL West, Texas Rangers up 6-3. The NL East, the Braves are ahead 6-2. NL Central, like I said, the Pirates 8-2. The Brewers are right there, they're 6-2. They played less games, so. The NL West is now ahead with the Dodgers 8-4, but who's surprised? I mean,
Who's surprised?
You should be ahead of everybody with all that talent.
that money.
Yeah, right there with you, Brody. Thank you for the MLB update. That was fantastic. Let's jump right into NBA updates, where we're going to talk about the Bucks, who are still somehow second in the Eastern Conference, but they're sitting at 47-31. I don't know if I did my math right on this, but I was counting a lot of L's. They dropped 8 out of their last 9 games, I think.
Feels like it.
Lost 4 straight.
This is a really bad stretch.
Yeah.
And they're at risk of falling to third in the Eastern Conference. The Magic are right behind them at 46-31. So they're only 1 game behind. So, like, what's going on, you guys? Can anybody, like, put a finger on anything?
I mean,
Somebody help me. My heart hurts.
I don't know. I don't know if they're just not happy with how things are kind of going under Doc or what it is. I mean, Doc's a great coach. Don't get me wrong; he has the experience, but like, they were 30-13 before they fired Adrian Griffin, and then they're now like little under 500 with Doc.
Yeah, it's bad. Jacob, how often are you watching the Bucks games, man?
I've watched all of the last 4, especially last night,
soul.
and I'm in pain.
Poor soul.
As of recording this, we played the Knicks last night at home. We were down 11.5, or we were up 11.5.
Yeah.
And another game, we lost. It all started, I think, around when we played the Lakers like a week or 2 ago, and we were up. Like I think we had like around a 20-point lead, and that went to
Oh my! It went into double OT.
Yeah. On the side of like the NCAA tournament for the women's side, Iowa and Caitlin Clark got bounced yesterday by South Carolina. They started that game hot. It was like 23-11. They started the game, and then South Carolina came back to win that one. So I guess it's just a thing that you see more often, like I guess comeback-wise in basketball. But
no lead is safe.
Yeah,
no lead is ever
so
safe.
true.
Yeah, and So with the Bucks here, they've got 5 more games of the regular season. Celtics, Magic twice, and the Thunder. I don't know how they need to turn this around to stay second in the conference. I don't see a way that they do with currently how they're playing.
Yeah.
So they're in for a rough finish, which is scary, and especially going into the playoffs, no momentum is a terrible thing.
No.
So before the show, Jacob said they're going to find a way to win 3 games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Out of those 4 games, who do you think they'd take?
I think you said we play the Magic twice. I think we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose to Boston.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think we'll get right out of it. I think we'll win both against Orlando.
And then take the Thunder.
And then the Thunder. I don't know. When we played the Thunder, that's the thing. We just played the Thunder. I think it was a week and a half.
I was gonna say it wasn't too long ago.
No.
We played
It
them.
was not long ago, and we it was close at halftime, but we totally defensively all around. It was our best game, I think.
Okay.
At
Yeah,
under
I
Doc
see that.
Rivers. And I want that team back ASAP. So I don't know. I think if we have everyone playing like in that game, we had everyone playing like even I think Dame missed a couple of easy shots, but Giannis went crazy, Chris went crazy. We just played so in unison, and I want that to be back.
Yeah, March 24th they played the Thunder. They won 118-93.
Yeah.
In terms of points, Giannis put up 30. Lopez had a good game. Lillard had a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So if they can get, they have all the talent. If they
Big
can
game,
just,
Bobby. Get him back.
I love Bobby Portis. We all do.
back.
If they can put it together, they're unstoppable.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to wait and see, man. Play the waiting game. Good luck to the Bucks to finish out the season. We are praying for another ring. We are. NHL update time to finish out the show. Jacob, let's just touch on some playoffs here. What do you see over there as they are heading down to the end of the season?
We have about around a week left. The current playoff picture right now in the East, Boston, Florida, the Rangers, Carolina, and Toronto. They've all clinched playoff spots. It's up to the Islanders and the Capitals, as well as Pittsburgh Penguins and the Flyers, to battle out for the last spot in the Metropolitan Division.
They're all like really close. Like the Islanders have 85 points. The Capitals, Penguins, and Flyers all have 83. So they're like,
it'll be a fun.
They're all
finish.
kind of right there.
Fun finish for sure.
Jeez. And then at least in the West, Dallas, Vancouver, and Colorado, they all clinched recently.
Now,
That was last week.
your favorite team is the Maple Leafs.
Yep.
Ooh.
Keaton's favorite team is the Avalanche. Edmonton Oilers, that's me. They just clinched a playoff spot. You're about to tell me that, aren't you?
The Edmonton Oilers.
Yes.
And Winnipeg Jets. They clinched their spots.
If Liam was here, I would stomp on him.
Was he doubting?
He's a Vegas fan.
Yeah, he doesn't like.
So he hates the
Yeah,
Edmonton
he doesn't
Oilers.
like the Oilers. LA and Vegas are both battling for the LA Kings, I should say, are both battling for the last spot in the Pacific.
So there's a chance that Vegas doesn't make the playoffs.
Vegas, no, actually they have a better chance because the last two playoffs, it's either going to be Vegas in the wild card or Vegas in the third spot in the Pacific. And they're LA currently has 93 points. Vegas has 92. And the wild card, it's Nashville with 94, which they're pretty much locked up there.
Close.
And the only teams that are anywhere close to maybe giving a shot is Minnesota at like 83 points and St. Louis at like 85. So they're pretty much going to, I mean, Vegas should lock it up and LA should lock it up too.
So, great. Yeah, in terms of who's eliminated, Jacob, who's gone?
Seattle, Flames, Arizona, Anaheim, Chicago, San Jose. They're all out.
We've got some Kraken fans who watch.
Columbus,
so I'm really sorry.
Montreal, and Ottawa are all
From the
eliminated
East.
in the East.
Gotcha.
So only 16 teams can make the playoffs, and just remember, don't get eliminated.
Don't do it.
Don't.
Jacob, do you have a favorite NHL team?
I actually don't.
Really?
I don't.
So I was forced to pick one.
Yes.
You were forced?
Next time you're here, you need to have an answer.
It just can we get like one in Wisconsin? Like,
Dude,
I wish.
mean, we've been talking
We've just
about
got the
this for a
Admirals
while.
thus far.
Yeah.
So I mean, it'd be awesome to see. a
Milwaukee
team in Wisconsin.
Marlins. I don't know.
There you go.
No.
Yeah, no.
Not the
double
Marlins. Not the Marlins.
maybe.
Muskies. Muskies
yeah,
is more
Muskies.
Milwaukee
Midwest.
Muskies. That'd be awesome.
That'd be great.
All right, we're gonna start it. We're gonna put that bid in, and we're all gonna buy a franchise together with SportsPoint money that doesn't exist. I think that's going to do it for the show this week. Thank you, gentlemen, for your fantastic insight on all these sports around the world. What did you think of our mock draft? Let us know. What do you think of the Bucks right now? How are the Brewers doing? Give us your thoughts down there in the comments. I've been Frankie Breit, joined by Jacob. How do I say your last name?
Spurl.
Jacob Spurl. Great guy. Brody Kupsky, Brewers Guru. Great guy. We miss Liam today. We'll see him again here soon. Keaton, Waala in the fishbowl. Thank you all. Thank you so much for your hard work on the tech side of things. Keaton Cam, alive and well. We will see you next week on the next episode of SportsPoint here on another Wednesday on Pointer Studios. Have a great week.